The creature in the closet. Angelina Dreyfus, age 11, was in love with her very own self. Of course, when most of the people look into a mirror, we find something wrong. Sure, we might like the overall effect. A nice face, a good face, but there are always flaws. Certain details are not quite right. We might not love the color of our eyes too brown, or the size of our teeth too small, or the unsightly shape of our nose too crooked. This only makes perfect sense, because after all, no one is perfect, except for Angelina. She adored gazing in mirrors, and every time that Angelina saw her reflection, she thought, just perfect. In truth, Angelina was not far from wrong. She was beautiful, stunningly so, and in every way. Her eyes were almond-shaped, set into her skull-like flawless gems. Her nose was ladylike and dainty, but not too dainty. Her lips were full and red. Her hair was a lavish brunette. Angelina admired herself for hours at a time. No mirror eluded her loving gaze. She would stop before store windows, not to look inside, but to see herself reflected back in the glass. Smiling, she would secretly wave to herself, as if greeting a best friend. During meals, Angelina would even pause while lifting a spoon, just to see her face gazing back. Just perfect, she'd think, of course. The world is a big place. Angelina could not possibly hang mirrors everywhere. It was not practical, so she carried with her at all the times a pink purse. Among other items, it contained a small ebony hand mirror, so that no matter where she was or what she was doing, a mirror would never be far from Angelina's reach. Is such a thing vanity? Is such a thing vanity? Too much pride? Too much ego? Is it wrong to love oneself so very and very much? Yet, would not a rainbow step back to admire itself, if only it could? Does not an eagle soaring above the mountain's cliff think, oh, what a wonderful thing am I? Now, dear reader, we are sure you know that to speak next in our little tale. The nasty girl, beautiful thought she may be, will learn a lesson about the perils of vanity, and even perhaps in a book such as this, be turned into a newt or some other slathering creature. Alas, not so. Read on, please. You'll see what we mean. Before bed each night, Angelina always brushed her hair with 100 strokes, 50 on each side. She would look into a mirror and note with satisfaction the perfectness of her tidy white teeth. But on this particular night, a frightful groan interrupted her fancy. "Whoa!" it moaned, sending a chill down Angelina's lovely spine. Whatever could that be? Whoa! The noise seemed to be coming from her closet. Oh dear, of course. It could be only mean one thing, especially in a book such as this. Yes, the noise came from the horrible mouth of a horrible creature, a monster, in fact, and one who liked to eat small children for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the next morning. A loud ramping came from the closet. Bang, 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 bang. The door slipped with each blow. Finally, down it crashed, and a hideous monster leaped out of the closet. It was 6 feet tall and dressed in rags, green skin, one blood-hot eye with sharp teeth and claws. Drool slipped from its swollen lips. Angelina sighed. She carefully set down her ebony hand mirror on the lap. What is it? She scolded. The creature roared. I have come to eat you up, thought Angelina. How very inconvenient. She was hardly halfway done with her brushing, but still she noted the creature did not look fierce, and its teeth didn't look frightfully sharp. Angelina shook her head. No, I'm afraid I can't let you do that. I do not wish to be eaten. I have major plans for this weekend. What? The creature was taken aback. This was not usual response. Children were supposed to scream, beg for mercy, and jabber terrible. It was half the fun. The creature howled again, even louder than before. I will munch on your bones. Would you not prefer a cookie? Angelina offered, holding a small plate of jelly-filled treats. The creature howled in disgust. It raised its pitiful claws and stepped closer to poor Angelina. Oh my! This pesky beast really does wish to eat me. Angelina decided, well, she'd have to do something about that. Very well, the young girl replied. I hate to do this, but I have a monstrous friend on my own. Bigger and more horrible than even you, she cried. Once again the creature paused. It glanced around the room, and it saw only pink curtains, dolls neatly placed on a shelf, fluffy pillows, and Angelina herself, who looked quite tasty. There is no one here but you. The bill creature howled, but you won't be here for long. Closer I stepped, closer and closer. It opened its horrible mouth, which frankly smelled of cabbage, withered and withered. At a possible moment, Angelina grabbed her mirror and thrust into the face of a monster. Look, she screamed, my friend is here. Now you are the one who will be eaten, the monster who did not share. Angelina's fondness for mirrors had never before seen such a terrible sight, for toward it came a green-skinned creature with sharp teeth and claws. It had only one eye, and it drawled hungrily. Ark! It cried. In that same instant the monster opened a window and leaped out of the house and ran its life in fright. Angelina, who was not only vain but pretty clever and too, smiled to herself. What a beast, she commented. and once again she turned the mirror to herself while she commenced brushing her hair.